Welcome to another kitchen chat. So grab your coffee, tea, lemon water, and let's talk a little bit about art from the heart. And I know that this little visitor has decided to jump up on my kitchen counter. I think she's a little obsessed with the camera, or she wants a treat. I'm not sure which, but I'm gonna get her down and then we're gonna get started. Hey everyone, today I wanted to talk about creating art from your heart. I think it's really important, regardless of your skill level or, how you consider your art to be. I think it's really important for us to let go of the self-criticism and self-doubt and just create from within and let whatever comes out come out and appreciate it for what it is, rather than having some kind of expectation on how it's supposed to be. If you have like some preconceived notion in your mind about how your art is going to look like, then when you are creating with expectations, and you are not creating from a sense of that childlike play and exploration of what can come out onto the canvas or onto the paper. I think art is just a way to express ourselves. And if we are busy trying to create something with that expectation of how it's supposed to be, we're not allowing our authentic self to shine through. I think we have to let go of the rules of art and the rules of drawing. And don't get me wrong, yes, we need to, if we're wanting to draw a face, the eye should be in a certain spot and the nose should be in a certain spot. However, have you ever seen a face by Picasso or some other artists out there? They're all different. And if we're embracing our art and not caring about the end result, and we're focused on just enjoying the moment of creating and creating for the sake of creating, you really let go and discover new things that you like, and you'd be surprised at what comes out on the paper or the canvas. I feel like in society we have been conditioned in a way to strive for perfection, and if it's not perfect, it's not good enough. But that's where sort of art comes into play, because if there's all kinds of art out there that is not perfect, but there's something so beautiful about it. And it's beautiful because maybe you can feel what the artist was trying to get onto the canvas. Maybe there's a feeling that comes out. There's an exchange maybe of energy that comes out onto the canvas that you can feel when you're looking at it. If you go to a museum and you look at art, like, it makes you feel something, whether it's the colors, the contrast, proportion, whatever it is, but it makes you feel something and it tells a story. But it doesn't have to be realistic. Like, it doesn't have to look like something to tell a story or make you feel something. And that is the joy of art. Same with music, right? Like, classical music has no words, but when you listen to it, you feel something. I love classical music. I love all kinds of music, but it's interesting when you listen to classical music that there's no words to it. There's no singing in it, but you feel it. So I think art is kind of the same. Art is all about feeling and putting yourself onto the canvas and letting go of perfection, allowing your inner self to guide you as you're drawing and creating. And one of the only ways to do that is to let go. And that is the hardest thing to do when you are trying to paint intuitively. Even the word trying, like, it's not supposed to be trying. You're just, whatever's coming out is coming out. And that's the challenge. And that is what we're going to practice today. We are going to practice letting go, not thinking. Some of my best times creating art is when I have my music playing and I'm just painting on canvas, and you let go of everything. And that's why also I think art is a form of therapy, of just being in the moment and letting go. All time disappears when I create. Time disappears. I'm just creating and I'm just in the moment and in the zone, and it's just such a great feeling. Don't judge yourself and don't judge what comes out on the paper, and just have fun. So let's do that. I can't wait for you to join me. Okay, I have all my favorite colors on my palette, which is just a wax paper. This is actually palette paper, and again, found it at the thrift store. You can find the most amazing things at the thrift store. And I just put my favorite colors on there. I have my paint brushes and gesso and I love my gold and my bright pink, my coffee, of course, and a canvas. Now you can use paper, your art journal. We are just going to go with the flow and see what comes out. Okay, and to get started, I'm just grabbing a very large brush and I'm going to just put some gesso on here. Now the next thing I'm going to do is take just a small paintbrush, grab a color of my choice, whatever color I want, and I'm going to start writing words or just loopy shapes. Whatever you feel like. This is just the beginning phase to cover your paper or your canvas, so you don't have to worry about it later. And that's all you're doing, just little loopy lines to cover the paper and let go. This is the beginning part of letting go of control. I'm going to add another color, and again, you're just picking whatever you want. Whatever color you want, doesn't matter. This is just your first layer, and sometimes it's fun to see how they blend in, right? And that's what I'm doing. I'm just putting whatever colors bring me happiness onto the paper. And then it's fun because you could see how they blend together, and then you might grab a little white and see what happens there. Grab a little pink, whatever colors you want to grab. This is all part of the intuitive painting process of letting go. Now I might have gone a little overboard, but that's okay. I've got some water and I'm just dipping my paintbrush into the water to get it wet. Remember, this is just for fun. This is just part of learning to let go. And I'm just sort of putting my brush in, letting it drip, and seeing what happens. You could use you don't have to do this part if you're not using a canvas, but this is just super fun. And now I'm going to get another brush, sort of more of like a bigger brush. And I'm just going to see what happens. You can have your music going and just follow along. Okay, and so the next phase for me is I like a bright pink. So this looks good, but I want a little bit of pink on there. So I'm going to put a little pink on my palette, grab my paintbrush, and sometimes it's good to hold your paintbrush at the very end so you can let go. And I'm just doing whatever I want. Sometimes it's about exploring the different colors.